Order! Order! You are an incorrigible delinquent at times. Behave yourself, man!
Lawyers will be the real winners in Labour's endless court battles to sort out who can and cannot vote in the leadership contest. As of tonight, people who join the Labour Party after January the 12th will not be eligible to vote. Today, 3 appeal court judges ruled in favour of the NEC and overturned the previous ruling that swept away a ban on recruits estimated to be north of 125,000 who joined the party after the January the 12th deadline having a vote. Members of Mr Corbyn's team said it was the wrong decision both legally and democratically. Well, watching all this from the sidelines in a week where Labour's deputy leader has complained of a Trotskyite infiltration, a claim vehemently denied by Corbyn's camp, is Derek Hatton, the former deputy leader of Liverpool City Council, who was expelled from the party in the early 80s for being a member of militant tendency. Good evening, Derek Hatton. Thank you very much for joining us. What do you make of today's court ruling?
When you think about it, 130,000 people joined the Labour Party. They got a letter from the General Secretary and they were told that one of the things they could do is vote for the leader. And all of a sudden that decision was changed. Now, it was only changed for one reason. The reason why it was changed was that they thought that the vast majority of them was going to vote for Jeremy Corbyn, which is probably true anyway. But for them all of a sudden to say democracy is OK as long as we're democking in the right way is verging on political corruption, to be honest.
This week, Tom Watson said, and I quote, old hands twist young arms. That's how Trotskyist interests operate. Are Trotskyists infiltrating the Labour Party?
Well, I really don't know what's happened to Tom Watson. I mean, I supported, as a number of others did, him for the deputy leadership. I think he's absolutely lost it. The reality is that you were talking about hundreds of thousands of people. They don't get their arms twisted. They're people who are absolutely delighted that they're seeing the Labour Party going in a particular way, where they're actually seeing in the past it's gone the wrong way. Nonetheless, they're now in a position where they can actually say, we see some light at the end of the tunnel.
Why do you think he's saying that?
Encouraging. I don't. Well, why are a lot of people saying it? I just don't understand. Well, when I say I don't understand, I think a whole lot of MPs at the moment are getting to be a bit worried because they're seeing the writing on the wall. And I think not only MPs are getting worried, the media are getting worried. I mean, what makes me laugh is that we're told all the time that Jeremy Corbyn is unelectable. If that was the case, then the likes of the Mail and the Express and the Telegraph, and to a degree the BBC, who for all along the line have supported Tory policies, would they be saying, this is great, I would actually be allowing it to happen?
Well, let's talk about your own position as far as the Labour Party is concerned. Would you like to be part of it?
Kirsty, the reason why they're so vicious in their attacks on Jeremy Corbyn is because they see he actually is electable and he actually start pushing forward policies that they are frightened of. My own position is, I tried to join the Labour Party again after 31 years. When was it? Just after the general election. I got a letter saying, yes, you're a member. I got a membership card. Then about 3 weeks later, I got a letter saying it's got to go for the NEC. I'm still waiting. But at the end of the day, the reality is for 30 years, I've never voted for anyone else but Labour. I've never joined another political party. I've never campaigned for another political party. And that will stay the case.
Yes, but do you want back in now again?
I've just said that if, for me, being a member or not is irrelevant. My support is what is important, and I've never supported anyone other than the Labour Party.
Do you think Jeremy Corbyn would want you back in?
I don't. Hey, get him on and ask him. I don't know. I haven't spoken to him for a good while.
Do you see parallels between what's happened to the Labour Party now and the 1980s?
I think there are parallels. I think the only difference is, whereas Neil Kinnock could bully a lot of people in other councils to go against Liverpool in the 80s, of course, there's no Neil Kinnock, and B, you're not talking about one council now, you're talking about entire movement in the Labour Party nationally. And I think that's a very, very different situation. They're trying everything. They're bullying through the courts, they're bullying by Trotskyist allegations, they're bullying in they're certainly bullying by using the press. And at the end of the day, all that's happening is more and more people are joining the Labour Party. And ironically enough, that up until the time that the MPs started this coup, actually Labour was starting to get to a position where it was starting to tie with the Tories and start to increase their popularity, and people were actually saying, yeah, Jeremy Corbyn is electable and he could be the next Prime Minister. And that frightens so many people.
Derek Hatton, thank you very much for joining us.
I've been getting